Everybody, welcome back to Starkey Farm. My name is Samantha. I just wanted to do a quick update. So I went shopping for the soldiers that are in the Middle East right now with my oldest son. Picked up some card games. They had asked me to pick up a couple packs of cards. I got a Frisbee that lights up when they throw it. I got numerous boxes of the IV liquid rehydration. I got that for them. I got them some beef jerky. I got a couple of Bibles from church today that I'm going to put in the box also. I've got a few other things. I'll be sending that off probably Tuesday. So anybody that wants to, help with that, if you'd like to donate towards items going to soldiers in the Middle East. Because remember, I renamed June. This is not Pride Month. No, this is Veterans Month. And we're going to send our soldiers a huge box. The more money that comes in, the more stuff I can get. Because you have to remember, also, the box I can get from free, right? So the United States Postal Service will give me the box for free. But when they weigh it to ship it, I do still have to pay for all that, plus everything going in there. So even if you just send a couple of dollars, it would be amazing. Remember the story in 2 Kings chapter 4, where the widow comes and she's like, they're going to take my sons. I'm in debt. I don't have anything. He says, what do you have in your house? And she's like, I have a little bit of oil. And he's like, go out amongst your neighbors and borrow as many empty vessels as you can. And go behind closed doors and begin to pour that out. Take it, sell it, pay your debt, and live off the rest of it. Lord tells us how to do it. The Lord tells us how to do it, folks. He tells us to pour into each other. He tells us to create communities. He tells us that we already have the seed. We have the seed for our abundance and our needs already inside of our homes and ourselves. We just don't pour it out. We think if we keep that last little bit of oil, somehow that's going to keep us from being on the streets. That last couple of dollars is going to keep us from, being homeless. And that isn't true. Something my oldest son, the one who's in the Middle East, taught me was sometimes what the little bit that I have is actually seed. And I should have knew that being a small farmer, because I keep my seeds year to year from the plants that I grow. I just can't eat all the corn I produce. I do have to dry some of it, husk it, store it, and replant it next year, right? I have to keep seed. Money is much like that, and Americans have forgotten that. We look at the little that we have and we're like, that's all I've got. But sometimes we're not looking at the little and realizing that the Lord has given us exactly what we need to grow our faith. Something else I find really interesting, especially about Americans, is your reputation is built on what people see you do in public. But your character is built on what you do behind closed doors. Your character is built on what you do when people don't see you doing it. So to all of you that help me all the time with the different projects that I'm doing, with the different ministries I start up, with the different giveaways that we do. You guys are amazing. And I know that nobody knows that you do it, but you and I, but the Lord knows. And I can guarantee the ones of you that have rode with me, you'll contest that you're not lacking from sowing into what we do here at Starkey Farmstead. So happy Veterans Month, America. Happy Veterans Month. I think I'm going to do a couple of videos for veterans that want to go into farming. I'm going to talk about some of the programs that are available to you guys. I can tell you that my husband and I have a long-term goal. Somewhere between 2026 and 2028, we're going to own anywhere from 20 to 100 acres. When we get on that acreage, we're going to open up that acreage to veterans who have served our country, that need a safe place to go, interested in hard work and farming. And we're going to create a community, where they can be safe, where they can live out their life without trouble. And we have people that will help us protect what the Lord has given us. I just think right now, what happens in our homes is more important than what happens in the White House. Hear me say that again. What happens in your home is more important than what is happening in the White House. Folks, it doesn't matter who sits in the White House. You can prosper in the middle of a desert. You can have more water than you need. The thing is, the devil lies, and he tells you that you are constantly in lack. Therefore, you're focusing on your lack. You're apologizing for your lack. God tells us repeatedly in the Bible, who always got blessed more? That old lady with the last of what she had. Because that is your seed. It took me a really long time, took my husband even longer, coming out of the fact that he was raised in an orphanage and he had been in lack all of his life. For the first times in our lives, we tithe and offer weekly to our church. It gets bigger every single week. We are able to give to so many other people and we're totally debt free. We did all that in 5 years. Why? Because we realized that the money in our hand is not lack. It's seed. I love you guys. Be blessed. Happy June month, which from this moment on forever, let it be known, it's Veterans Month.